yeah, I'm gonna make this presentation for should have like a memory of all the work here in these 10 months that was not only work with Adobe, but I was very focused in this. And it's not only the work here in El Terreno, it's also my an personal research about working with these materials. So yeah, I'm gonna start talking about the clay. In Spanish, I say to the clay el barro. That is more like friendly way to call the material. But uh, the clay is composition with clay, sand, limo. How do you say limo? Lime. No, it's not lime. It's like a kind of earth, but more with organic stuff. And also they have organic stuff. So all these materials together, we can use for building houses, and there is a very efficient material and unique. So there are not another material with these conditions. So also for me, this way of construction uh, bring to the societies and to the communities more like self-sufficiency and autonomy. So it's it's a big change to like try to come back to these ways of construction because they're really more eco-friendly and yeah. So I also write that build with earth is like getting more close to the primitive from the human relationships and human communities. So this is not only in a practical way, it's like in the way that getting like closer in the communities because before when the people use this material to work, they work together. Here in Ecuador it's called minga. It's when you invite all the community to help you and after you're gonna invite to another houses to help the other people. So if like another way of being alive and feel life. And also I write that one of three people in all the world live in earth houses. So this material is very more close from all the people that uh, how do you say? I mean, it's more normal than we think. So yeah, I put here some qualities of the clay. You can see very well the image, but there are lots of different kind of clays there. And yeah, it's a material with a lot of plasticity, and they have the quality um, of adquirir. Can we please? Please. No, you don't know this word. So when it's wet, you can put like a shape, and when it's gonna dry, it's gonna get that shape. So it's very yeah quality, very plastic, and it's a I am missing words in English. It's very helpful with the temperature. So when outside is very cold, inside is not gonna be very cold because when you have like big walls, the material absorb the warmth or the cold and help to nivellate the temperature. Also, the same happen with the humidity. So the walls can absorb the humidity and let go the humidity. So they nivellate the temperature of the places in a 54 grades Celsius. So that's a very good level of humidity for the humans. Also, is very good from the earthquake because it's like not so heavy as the concrete, so they can move a bit, and that make the houses anti-seismic. How do you say that?
Seismic.
Anti-seismic.
Seismic.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. Also, it's an electromagnetic island,
Insulator.
insulated because they is very heavy, so helps to the electromagnetic waves don't enter in the place. That's good because now there is a lot of waves around, and also have a lot of resistance to the warm, and it's good for build like stove and ovens. This material don't have toxic substance, so it's very good from work because don't have any risks from the health, and that's make that normal people like us can use this material to boil, and they use 60 times less water to concrete for being made, so that's very good from earth and don't create like toxic stuff to the air or yeah. So also it's very good to build with the earth that is in the place where we are gonna build, and that's help to the carbon foot
Footprint.
footprint, but also you can get earth from different territories for make a diversity of color of textures. So yeah, it's a material that we have in all the earth, so all the communities for the world of the most part use the earth to build, and this material leave us make the construction in different times, so it's easy to like make a house bigger, or also it's easy to make the house small and use the material that you take for build again. So it's a very easy because you can reuse that in a not difficult way. uh yeah, also I want to remember that it's important to always make tests because with this material, because it's not like regular cider material or regular material, so all the earth is different and all the earths have different proportions of clay, sand, and organic stuff. So there is not one recipe. We have to make our own recipe in each different like territories. And yeah, I also one of my personal works with the bioconstruction and with the clay is trying to revalue this because in the history of humanity and more after the cement was created and was using more, the people start to think that the construction with earth was like bad or unsafe or was from poor people, and that's create a bad idealization of this kind of constructions and was very like a social stuff. Here in Latin America, for example, if you was building with air, was just because you are poor and you can get better materials. But yeah, for me, it's important to try to change this thing of way and start to give into the bioconstruction the value that really have, that can be very good in an ambiental way, in a social way, in a practical way, and also in a aesthetic way. And yeah, for me, it's important and try to the people who are interested in this, looking for new ways uh, where we can like apply new technologies for make this process more easy and get like study plans for can teach the people how to do that, because also the old people who was the people who really know to construct with these materials are like getting old and not too much people knows how is the right way to use the clay and the bioconstruction. But yeah, it's coming back, I think. So yeah, some considerations with the clay work is that can be nice to systematize the process and make like works routines for save energy and time, because now here, for example, if you call a people for make a house with cement, they really know the stuff that they have to do, because it's like they have some steps and the people follow that. But for bioconstruction, there is not a lot of people who knows how do that and how and where and why. So it's important to try to make like plans for can apply this knowledge with more efficiency. So yeah, also for me it's important to try to look from different ways of apply new technologies for make the work easy. Uh yeah. So also some like practical stuff that the clay contracts a lot, almost in a 10%. So that's the reason, because we have to do the right mixes for like try to avoid these contracts. And also like the earth is not waterproof like the cement, so it's important to take that in count and use the material in the right way. And also that one of the more big problematic with the work with math is that there not exist too much people who know how to do that. So it's not that so difficult work, because one of the ideas of work with clay is the give to the people the autonomy to can build their own houses and own spaces. But also I think that it's important to try to start to study more and make like more work plans, and yeah, have this in consideration to try to change this reality, because today is not too much people who knows how to do that. So for me it's one important mission to like start to work more deeply in this and try to make like this more easy for the people, develop tools and develop ways to like keep working in that. So you have some question about something, please. If I'm not using good the English, let me know. Now I'm gonna start to talk about the work that we did in El Terreno. That is just a way. It's not the only way that we can work with this material, because as I say, I mean there are a lot of different ways, a lot of different kind of earths. So yeah, that can change every time. So yeah, I'm gonna do like a little explication of the different things that we has do here. I'm gonna start with the first layer, that is the revoque grueso. We use this layer, as you can see, we have the structure with the bamboo and the glass fiber, and we start to put the first layer. This layer is the layer who gonna give structure to the wall. So it's a thicker layer, have a lot of straw. Who the straw helps to make the structure, because it's like they knitting, se tejen.
They knit.
They knit with all the straw, so that's help to make all the wall like together. So yeah, we use earth, sand, straw, and lime. And this layer is very easy to apply, because don't have to be perfect, only have to be like flat, but it's not very technical as the other layers. Um, yeah, we live in el terreno. We leave this layer 1.5 centimeter on the wall because after we need to put the other layers. It's the same mix that we used to build with coke. That is another technique. And also I make a consideration that the fiberglass and the alambre, the
Wire.
Chicken wire.
that is not really necessary. You can use only with the bamboo. And in fact, we made that with some walls. And for me, that's better because you save energy in the work and also save materials and money because you can do that without that. And also the walls, if there are more thicker, there are more thermo efficient works and more insulated. So yeah, here as we have the fiber glass fiber in the middle, we don't have like a thicker wall because we have like two little walls. So if you have only one, that can be like more efficient. That's about the first layer. The second layer is made also with earth, sand, horse shit, straw, and lime. But here the straw have to be very more small. This is the layer that we has missing today.
It's not small enough. Cut it off again.
Yeah, it's not small enough. So yeah, and this layer is more difficult to apply because this one have to be like very flat and nice. So we really have to know to use the flat tool to make it nice and yeah, try to be like more delicate for use this wall. Also for this layer, it's very important to after apply the layer 2 days or 3 days after that, getting wet again, because if it's dry very fast, it's gonna start to crack. So yeah, we have to make sure that we wet that, and also with our hand and a glove, we like make like that for leave more flat every time. And the last layer that we should work in this last week is the mix is like more difficult to make because we need a very homogenic and like um smoothie mix. So the material have to be very thinner sifted. And yeah, so we use some different kind of material here. We put the cactus water, we put the melasa and the engrudo, that the engrudo is like a paste made with fluor and water. And we put this material because they have like glue, but also they help to make the mix more like smoothie. And the photos is not good, but you can see this is the third layer and this is the second layer. So there is a like kind of difference, smoothie difference. And this layer is also important because they give to the wall protection, resistance, and also aesthetic because here we can put another kind of earth with different colors and yeah, make the wall nicer. Also, we was working in another mix for stick the Adobe bricks. We made a lot of tests and we found this mix is the better one. So it's made with earth, sheet, lime, and melassa. So yeah, here I'm explaining the way of preparation because as I was telling today to the guys, the part of made mix is one of the more important parts of the process because have to be like very well mixed. The ingredients have to be like very integrated. So Yeah, that's important. So here I write some consideration that as we are working with natural ingredients, they are not all the same every time. So it's important to try to get the ingredient in the same place, like as the melasa. In some place can be more liquid, in another place can be more like thicker. So it's important to try to look for always the same, or if not, take that in counts. And also, there are some materials that there is more easy to get. For example, the earth that we have in el terreno or the sand that is already there, but the materials that there are not already there, like the sheet of horse, of the cactus, of the engrudo, we have to really take in count that for in the moment that we start the mix, have all the materials. Here are some advices how to work in the right way in the walls. So yeah, it's important to use the gloves because the mix have the lime and this is not healthy for our body. So also take care with the floor where we are gonna work with the plastic, put some masking. Also in another technical way, all the mixes have to repose at least 3 days. So it's important to have this in count to the process. Otherwise, respect the proportions of the mixes. So try to do that very well. Also, we have to wet before, no, between one layer and the other for making help to stick. Also, for help to stick, we can put some barro madre, that is a kind of glue only made with earth and water, thicker, so you can put that between two layers and help to stick. And yeah, also it's important to like ask when we are not sure, because I had worked with a lot of people that just made and put more stuff and sometimes it's not right. So yeah, if we are not sure, we can try to like ask and keep learning together. I need a mat. Also, yeah, we was working with the cup. The cup is an ancestral way to boil that is made only with straw, earth, and sand. And for use this, we don't need like a structure because we only start to construct like in layers. So you make one first layer, like 20 centimeters or a bit more, leave this dry, put the other layer and put the other layer. And we was making that with the bottles. We have like a structure, but not in this part. So we was working like first one layer, first the other. As you can see in this photo, it's only the first layer. We leave it at dry and after we put the other. So yeah, here I explain a bit how is the process. So was a very nice process, but sometimes difficult because the bottles have to be like very, very, very clean and dry when you put in the wall. And the bottles was so dirty. We spent too much time cleaning the bottles. So it's important to have this in count because if you put a dirty bottle in the wall, it's gonna be there forever, and you don't want a dirty bottle there, right, Chris?
I think you missed out two varies. Very, 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 very clean.
So have to be very, very, very clean inside and close. So we clean, leave it dry. We put some Clorox inside and leave with the Clorox for kill maybe some bacteria or whatever. And after we close the bottle with plastic and masking and we start to work. So yeah, Also, we choose this design with two transparent bottles, two two brown bottles, and two green bottles. That also was hard in some point because all the bottles have different shapes, and yeah, we have it's like an more artistic work because you have to like choose the right color and put in the right position. So it's very nice, but have some complications. Yeah, I'm still talking about this here, like explain good the way that we have to work. So here are some recommendation from the good application of the material in the wall. So for me, it's very important to be present in the stuff that we are doing. It's like a whole body experience. So it's not only put in the wall, you have also to move all your body. So being there and be focused can help to get better results. Also, it's very important to take in account the level of humidity from each mix because, for example, for the first layer, we need a more dry mix because they have to be like supports. But to the second layer, have to be very more wet because we are using this tool for leaving flat. So we need more humidity for use that tool. And also, it's important to like, I don't know this word in English, like be critic with our works. So it's not only put the stuff and wherever, it's like really see what we are doing, why we are doing that, and make sure that the result is going well. And yeah, I also explain here how we should make the mixes. That maybe I don't have to be deep in that now, but it's nice to after you can get this information if you want. But yeah, one things that I realized I was telling today, guys, I made maybe 40 mixes since I arrived. So make a good like system and try to save time. No, save time and energy is very helpful because it's a long process. And when I choose a rib, we was don't have idea how make the mix well and was very more difficult. So now I think that it's going better. Yeah, I'm explaining here, but I don't think it's the moment now to explain all the process. But yeah, that's the layers, the lines that we do. That one was a beautiful human that was here making mixes with me. More of the process, but transparent in the straw. Yeah, and now on Monday you have to do that with the lines with the mix that we already did to put the straw. So it's more of the process. And yeah, this part of the process is very important to do a good mix. At least we have to mix like 1 hour. All have to be very integrate. And also we have to leave that repose at least 3 days. If we can leave that more, it's better enough. And you can see like the difference. And not only in the way that the mix is, also when you apply the mix, it's very more easy because it's like more like homogenic and yeah, nice. Because working with the clay is a very like sensorial experience. It's very about textures and yeah, how you feel the material. So that is a skill that one person can develop with the time. But for me, it's one of the more important stuff about working with this material. When I was coming here, I was not too much experience with work with construction, but I'm a clay maker. So I told Joshua, I know the material, and I think that that can help and was like that because it's like, yeah, it's a kind of skill to like read the material and can feel the material and understand that. So yeah, that's all for the process here. I don't know if you have some questions. I also put in the presentation some examples of construction with clay in all the world. So this is a tapial house as in el terreno that the first house down. But these have different kind of clay, so it's like very nice results. This is a big construction in Africa. It's all made with clay. You can see that you can have like different shapes. And this is another clay construction with this spiral wave. And you can see the ocean in the back. So it's in a very different kind of territories. This is in medium west,
Middle East.
Middle East.
Yemen.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Yemen, and there are like big constructions all made with shoes like earth clay. This is a very, for me, interested house because it's made with clay, but after the architect decided to burn all the house, so he cooked the clay as we make like pottery that you have to cook the clay. He cooked this house, so yeah, it's crazy because it's a very big house.
Big fire.
Huh?
Big fire.
Yeah, sounds fun. Also, this another kind of construction, same, but I put this one because you can see all of that like couch is from clay and it's like a stove, estufa. It's a stove. So in that hole you put the fire and how the clay is good to like translate the warm. You have like a warm couch. This is the main cathedral here in Quito, and it's the walls. They have like stones in the bottom, but all the walls is made with clay. Also, this one in the back, you can see the bottle stuff with cup. Here, some nice construction, weird shapes, Egypt. And I like this one because you can see that the floor and the construction is like same color, same material. It's like for me, it's very like harmonic with the yeah. So yeah, imagine like a big stuff from cement there is not gonna be so friendly with the environment. This is a technique who is called super Adobe. So for make that, they have like big like bags like this side, and they put dirt on the bags and make like the shapes. This is Egypto also. This is Baricacha is a town in Colombia that have the 90% of houses still being made in Adobe. So I never was there, but the people told me that it's very beautiful. This is a new technology that they are like printed houses with clay. So that's very crazy and impressive. A big, you can see they were printed there and they start to just make the house very fast. This is a houses that is called airship. Is a crazy guy that make this kind of design. This construction are 100% self-sufficient, so they catch the water, they make their own energy, they have garden inside. So yeah, it's another way of use very well the clay. And this one is a very nice also never been there, but very nice town in Africa that they made the houses with just the clay, but they make very nice designs in all the houses. If you can take a look for more picture of this town, it's like very crazy. So yeah, that's all